everyone, and welcome to episode number 27 of the Enterprise Refit build. We're finally on the home stretch as far as the warp nacelles are concerned. They're completely done. All of the little dots are on. The decals on this are insane. If you actually look at the sheet, all of these little dots have to go on all over the place, and they're really no fun. So one of the things that I realized is before I want to put these on, I need to get all of these little dots and things put on all over the ship. So I've actually started doing that. Like, I hadn't put on the little outlines on the phasers yet, so I did that, and I'm just going around and doing those. So I also, one of the things that I was very proud of is these are the only Aztec bits left. These go on the pylons on the back side over here, and these go under or on top of the Arboretum windows, and then we're done. These started as 4 16 by 16 or 15 by 15 inch sheets. I don't remember what size, but really huge, and this is all we've got left, so I think we're doing pretty good with that. So once I get all of these decals on, we'll put on the nacelles, and then we will put on a bit of satin clear, and then we'll be just doing odds and ends, things like figuring out a base, which it's looking right now on the last video like it's going to be an HDA base. We'll see. It's pretty evenly split, which I kind of wasn't expecting, but right now it's like 4-3 HDA base versus the stock base, so we'll see how that works out. But if we do an HDA base, it'll be made of acrylic and it'll look really cool, so we'll see what happens there too. But all in all, yeah, we just have these and all these to put on, and then the nacelles will go on, and it'll be looking like a ship. So yeah, pretty cool. All right, I will be back with more in just a few seconds. Well, check that out, everyone. The nacelles are attached. Woo! So I've been spending a lot of time putting extra decals on, and all the little marking decals, and just lots of the little things, you know, the outlines for the phasers and the outlines for the thrusters and all the little dots everywhere and things like that. And I thought, man, I want to see more progress than that, so I put the nacelles on, and they look really nice. The ship is turning out just awesome. I'm very happy with it. So I still have a couple of weeks of work to do on it. I've got all the little marking decals to do. I have to paint up the photo etch for the impulse engines. I have to paint up the deflector dish. It's still kind of hanging out in just clear mode, but overall it's starting to look real nice, like a starship. Pretty cool, huh? So when I come back after this, I'll talk about some of the problems that I had with the warp nacelles. And I know I talked about the clear coat issue, but I also have had a bit of problems with the decals and such. I'll show some of the issues that I had, and hopefully I can keep some of you from having the same pain that I did. But for now, I just wanted to share my triumph here and go, woo, look, it looks like a starship that's lit. Pretty cool. So be back in a moment. Okay, welcome back, everybody. I'm still putting on decals. Lots and lots of little decals everywhere. We're making headway, though, on them, and they're coming along great. I am down to that many. Well, except for the pennants. The pennants are already on here. And the NCC 1701, because we're not using that one. But all the rest need to go on. I did the pinstripes around the bridge. I need to do the ones around the neck still. And then just lots of little dots everywhere. One of the things that I wanted to point out here was the top decal on the nacelles. Each nacelle has one that goes from here to here. And this one here, this one went on pretty well. I actually pulled the whole thing off and was able to put the whole thing on here without too much difficulty. But this one here, I put it on and it was crooked, so I went to move it, and all you heard was tearing all the way down. It says in the manual to cut them into 3 sections, which I didn't need to do for this one, and I tried to replicate it for over here, but when I did it all you heard was tearing. And as I tried to, get it moved and get it to where it didn't mess up anymore, basically this part right here turned into a wad of tissue paper. I mean, it was just a big mess. So I had to fight for almost an hour with a paintbrush and an X-Acto knife and unfold everything really carefully, keep it nice and wet, and just unfold it and get it laid out. And I almost got it laid out. There's some damage that was done here in a few sections on it, but for the most part I got it laid down. Like right there it's damaged, and right here. But if you're not looking for it, you don't see it. Now that I've pointed it out, that's all anyone will see. But for the most part, it turned out pretty good, all things considered. That decal was the worst one on the entire thing. I've actually had really bad luck with the decals on this particular Enterprise. My previous one, it went really great, but this one here was just painful in every single way. So yeah, your mileage may vary. The decals that were just run out of production by Cartograph, those are supposedly much better than these were. And then the previous version of these were also better. This was the repop of the 2009 one before the 2009 one before they stopped including the Aztec decals, and these were really just terrible. So I'm hoping that any future versions of them are much better. But as we can see, the Enterprise is looking pretty good. It actually, I've been leaving it on every night, and I turn around and go, ooh. The other thing that I've done is I painted the deflector dish. I still have to do some touching up on it, but it looks okay. Another change I would make is I would use a slightly lighter color. It should match more like this around here and stuff, but Tamiya light blue just isn't light enough. It's more of a mid blue. This is the actual color I used right here, and apparently it's not light enough. So I thought it matched pretty good. I thought it was going to do pretty good, but when you get it out and it dries, yeah, it darkens. So yeah, we won't use that again. But and actually, believe it or not, on my previous Enterprise over here, the light blue did better with the green. I thought it actually kind of matched everything better. So I was kind of hoping it would do the same over here, but no, it didn't. So yeah, I would change that, and I would change. What else would I change? There were two things that I would change about this build. Oh, the other thing is, I wanted to do a straight out of the box build on this to show people that you can build a nice Enterprise without doing any modifications. Just build it, put lights in it, photo etch, and you're done. And so because of that, I just did the bridge out of the box. And if I were to do this again, I would have done it with the spotlight. The spotlight really adds a lot to it. If you can manage to do it, it's really worth the modification, because all you have to do is just raise it slightly, put some strip styrene underneath all the mounting points, sand off all the stuff on the top, and just scooch it forward just a little bit to where this angle here. See how the bridge kind of sits back a little? You just have to move it forward until it's kind of a line. And then if it's raised slightly, you can get an LED in there to shine on the NCC 1701. So if I were to do it again, I would definitely do that again. So I've done it on all my other Enterprises, and it's not too hard to do, and should have done it on this one, but water under the bridge. So I think I'm going to wrap this one up. I'm going to do a little shorter video and just get this one up to show that the nacelles are on and looking good, and the ship is starting to really make some nice progress. I'm actually almost done with it. All I have is the rest of the decals, a satin coat, and then I need to worry about a base. So from the last video, it looks like the vote by one was the HDA base. But I think what I'm going to do is a combination. I think I'm going to finish out this base, and then when I'm done with it, we'll see if I can get Jerry to make one, so that we'll have one of each. I want to be able to show that you can do something nice with this base, even just building it out of the box and doing it like they say, but then get, something nicer for when I display it in my office. So maybe I'll do something like that. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. So anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you've been enjoying my build series. It's actually coming to a close. I think I've only got 1 or 2 videos left in this, and it's going to be done. So, yeah, it's looking cool. So, as you can see, just building it straight up out of the box, even with, you know, warts and all, it still makes a nice model. So, I'll be back next time. Everybody take care out there, and happy modeling.